Okay, we'll call this meeting to order.
You don't see if anybody's got any public
I don't think we have any public comments.
I do not have any.
Okay.
Nope.
We'll move on.
First item on the agenda is July 1, 2025 regular session minutes, also on your claims and payroll from the meeting, or for this meeting.
I move we approve the minutes, claims, and payrolls as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and second to approve the minutes, claims, and payrolls as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Personnel items, Brittany Snyder's submitted a resignation as school bus driver, effective immediately. We're in the process of securing another driver to come up in a moment, but she's just got to get tested and pass her test and we'll be good to go. Christy Schaefer submitted her resignation as the elementary art teacher, effective July 31. Mr. Gorbich recommending Jason Zimmerman for from a Tier 2 custodian to move up to Tier 1, effective August 3rd, 2025. Mr. Hammond's recommending Bob Knapp as a temporary ag teacher from August 6th through October the 10th, 2025. He'll be compensated at the daily rate of the new teacher, which is currently $45,500. So it's the daily rate of that. Mr. Hammond's also recommending Rick Foster as a substitute teacher for Rossville Middle Senior High School. Mr. Dennison's recommending Gabby Hamilton as a substitute teacher for the district. He's also recommending Angie Hufford as a substitute teacher and recommending Amanda Paget as the 3rd grade teacher. Her salary would be $46,000. She was previously, up until yesterday, a teacher at Northwestern. If you resign within 14 days of the first day of school, they can hold you for 30 days. They were in the process of holding her. They found somebody to replace her, so she'll be here tomorrow.
She's a little excited.
Yes, I would say she probably is. Mr. Dennis is recommending David Murphy as a substitute teacher for the district. Recommending Ms. Lester as a school bus driver for the district. Mr. Hammond's recommending the following mentors: Joel Wilson, Vince McClure, and Chad Gahabe. Chad Gahabe's person doesn't start till October the 20th. She's currently doing her student teaching, so Mr. Gahabe would be prorated at that point. There are several coaches for the fall. Lexi Elwood for varsity head coach for volleyball. Kelsey Hall for assistant. Elise Brown for JV head coach. Liz Ladshaw is a volunteer. Anna Beard is a volunteer. Maggie Vincent is a volunteer. Courtney Lytle is a volunteer, and Adelie Cooper is a volunteer. All those for volleyball. Volleyball continued, whole slew of them. Jamie Morrison is 8th grade coach. Jessica Kelly is 7th grade coach. Kelsey Chapman is a 7th grade volunteer. Tammy Houston is a 6th grade head coach. Kaylee Dunham, 5th grade head coach. And Charlie Robbins, the 5th grade volunteer coach. Boyd Tennants, Ryan Skinner is a varsity head coach. And Nate Burkle is a volunteer assistant. Cross country, Darren Hopper, head coach. Neil Steve as a volunteer assistant coach. Jessica Guston as a middle school head coach. Brianna Hopper is volunteer assistant for both the middle school, the high school, the elementary, and the elementary run club. And Rick Foster is a volunteer for the high school, middle school, and elementary run club. Mr. Ramos is the soccer coach. Recommendation: Ross Clifford is the varsity assistant coach. Brooks Brown, volunteer assistant coach. Nolan Anderson, volunteer assistant coach. Gabe Spear, volunteer coach. Jared Bushman and Noah Spear, both volunteer coaches for soccer, boys. Girls soccer: Devin Michael, head coach. Christy Michael, varsity assistant. Devin Michael, volunteer assistant. Amy Michael, apparently the whole family, volunteer assistant. And Jalen Brown is a volunteer assistant. Girls golf: Kyle Stage, head coach. Caleb Harness is volunteer assistant, and so with Blake Miller. Also, ECA sponsors: Art Club, Chloe Weaver, Jason Newhouser Auditorium, Linda Cleveland Assistant Auditorium, Theater Productions, Jason Newhouser. Class sponsors, 12th grade, Corey Dunn and Tracy Fife. 11th grade, half position, Paul Haynes and Tracy Fife. 10th grade, Russ Ornick. 9th, Joel Wilson. 8th, Vince McClure. 7th, Royce Huffer. 6th, Stephen Back. Sorry. Amanda Oaks, dance team, 9 through 12. Department chairman, business vocational, Lindsey Buck. English, Mason Morrison. Fine arts, Jason Newhouser. PE health, Corey Dunn. And math, Vince McClure. Science, Joel Wilson. Social studies, Chad Gahabe. Special ed, Megan Britt. Esports, Nick Wolford. FCA, 9 through 12, half position, Chad Gahabe and Jordan Buck. FFA sponsor, there's 3 of them, Lindsey Buck, Jesse Davis, and Abigail Funk. Instrumental music, Anna Fink. And National Honor Society, 9 through 12, Kate Washburn. Spanish Club, Paul Haynes. Speech, Jason Newhouser, assistant, Linda Cleveland. Sting sponsor, Chris Landis. Student Council, 6 through 8, Aaron Dillingham. Student Council, 9 through 12, Emily Vanderwall. Vocal music, 6 through 8, Jordan Buck, and also Jordan Buck, 9 through 12. Yearbook, Chris Landis, 6 through 12. Yearbook, elementary, Angie Bogan. Math Bowl, Katie Mackey, and Spell Bowl, Taylor Mink. Also, consideration joint services, recommending approval of classification update for the contract for psychologist service from Sunny Nook Services is Article 2-2.0, scope of work scheduling, clarifies the hours worked are no more than 7 hours per day, a minimum of 186 days for the contract term, not scheduled to work more than 37.5 hours per week. Schedule of hours and days shall be mutually agreed upon between the contractor and Kenton County Joint Services in accordance with the district calendars and operational needs. Those are the personnel items for this evening.
I move we approve all the personnel items as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the personnel items as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Dr. Hannah, can we load a different, we have the wrong one up?
This one?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a different one where?
I think that's the board view and it should be
Oh,
the show. Sorry.
okay. Let me do that.
Still the wrong one.
I know.
Okay.
Just testing.
I'm just testing. Testing, thank you. So we're at the policy.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you want to do all those personnel.
You know what? I don't think this is the show and that's still in there.
I have the show right here and it's not.
Well, I just brought up the show. Let me see if
Okay.
it's in different.
Then
Well, that's
we'll
it.
just, I don't know what to do.
August 5th show. Stand by.
I mean, that's the only one I created. I created one and I printed it.
It's not on another form, is it?
It's not on what?
All right.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to screw you this policy has to be annually adopted, and so this was up for the first reading. Also, for the first reading is section 1200, board organization officers. Again, the law changed. It used to be within the first 15 days of the calendar year. Now it's within the first 30 days. Stop the Bleed program has been revised. It's been updated. Again, change of the law. 3012 has been reviewed. 4019 is been revised. 4200 student wellness and physical activity and nutrition has been revised. Criminal gang activity 4305 has been revised. Virtual education program has been revised, and the test security policy has been revised. Those are first read. Also, first read is 4040 audio and video taping of case conferences. 42220 emergency medications, and 4300 student discipline rules. Those are first read policies. Oh, wait a minute. Those are second read policies.
I move we approve the policy items as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the policy items as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
So the public supported the opportunity to be heard concerning the proposed additional appropriation for the 2025 rainy day fund budget, $50,000. It was advertised in the Times, Carroll County Comment on the July the 9th, and you have time set aside now for public comment.
So at this time, we'll open up the meeting to, somebody wants to talk to the board about the additional appropriation. The testimony will be limited to additional appropriation as presented.
All right.
Okay, didn't hear any, so we'll close that portion of the meeting and move on.
Just to give you an update, they put the second coat of the rubberized surface on the track. It gets 2 more, and then it gets the UV spray. There's a time period between the second or the fourth coating and the UV. I think it's 7 to 14 days. Then they'll bring a gentleman in to stripe the track. So the other thing, it wasn't originally part of the scope of the work, but basically used the funds that we have available. The pole vault pit itself. The concrete was not in the project. The runway was, but there's gravel there. So that's part of the proposal. And then also on the south end of the track, no, the north end of the track where those gates come out, it's just, you come out to dirt and grass. So we're proposing to fill that in. And then the other thing would be at the auditorium where the benches are, some of those benches are failing. Basically just take that line straight down. And so you would come in the grass at the edge. There's that decorative square piece that, or triangular piece that's a heck of a stop when you hit it with snowplow. Take that out and just put that in concrete as well. So that would still make us within the funds that are available. Following donations were received: Speech Nationals, 2 nights in company and Rossville Water, $682. Ms. Eller, $50. FFA WLC trip, Clinton County Farm Bureau donated $500. Then also under new business financial items, consideration of surety bonds. They were originally approved in July of 2025 by the board. However, after consulting with their insurance provider, Mandy did a ton of work with them over and over again, and the district consolidated several individual bonds into a singular position schedule bond. The new bond covers the same positions that were presented at the July 25th meeting, or July 2025 meeting, except the treasurer's bond and also the additional positions not previously covered. So those are being, this new bond is being considered this evening.
I move we approve the financial items as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the financial items as presented. Is there any discussion?
Thank you, Mandy, for doing all that work.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
New business miscellaneous items, consideration memorandum of understanding This is a memorandum of understanding for pre-hospital school bus accident response between Penn County EMS and Rossville Consolidated School District. Several years ago, we had a similar agreement. The MOU established standard operating guidelines for pre-hospital response to school bus accident. So depending on the mechanism of injury, what happened with the bus, children's complaints, basically the paramedics would check them out. If there's any hint that there's injuries, then they would they would determine what the appropriate steps were and probably transport them. If there's no mechanism of injury, the student's not complaining, and then basically the administrator on the scene that's identified by myself would have the authorization to sign off those. And basically what we do is we're not overloading the hospital, we're not charging parents for that ambulance call because we've seen them. They always have the option and are advised by the paramedics that if additional care is needed, by all means, they'll come back out. But generally what you would do is take them to school nurse, take them to school, and turn them back over, or turn them back over to their parents to make that final decision. So, but it's just moving the scene and providing care for those that truly do need the care. Then next on the agenda is use of facilities. The Business Association recruits to the facilities for the parade lineup and a community worship service, Summer's Inn Festival, recommending approval of that. And you have your packet that is likely to change of school bus routes. In September 1 of 2019, Indiana law required each school corporation, charter school, and accredited non-public schools to provide student transportation to review its school bus routes annually by September 1. The Board of Education received a copy of those routes. As I indicated, those are changing. They'll change tomorrow. I know they will, just because that's what's happened in the last several days. We have probably 50 students yet to register that haven't registered yet. So we don't know if they're riding the bus or not, but that's the case. What you have is the most recent updated information. It has the bus stops that are on the state highway, have to load from curbside, and you have the provision that could be within the town limits. We still do that. So everything that's on the state highway is loaded from the curbside. So that's the best practice. Routes have been adjusted to meet the needs of the children, and so I have that for you this evening as well. Emergency operation plan, thanks to Dustin and Tommy. We went through that extensively this summer. We made some updates to the emergency operation plan. We added a reunification plan to that system. Dustin and I spent 2 days in training for that, and that it was a good addition. So we made some other minor changes, but it's up to date, the best that we know of. And during the confidential nature of the document, the plan has been shared exclusively with the board members, will not be available for public review. Consideration of designee. Annually, I bring this to the board where myself and Mandy are requested to be authorized to sign agreements for alternative and private residential school placement as designee for the President and the Secretary of the Board. Indiana Department of Education requires that authorization be provided annually. Rarely is a placement needed for alternative or private residential schools. However, when it is needed, it's needed, and timelines have to be followed for the child's benefit. This authorizes the process to be expedited. Once that happens, then we would bring it back to the board for their consideration. Evaluation plans, again, another large document for you. Those really haven't changed a lot. The law has changed, but because of when the law changed, we didn't have really a lot of time to make adjustments, so we have not done that. Classified staff are exactly the way it was. Certified staff is the same, although I did update the superintendents because they had a newer version. So, and I think I provided you the most newest version. And then the last item for miscellaneous is the change in dates. We discussed a little bit at the last meeting, moving the second meeting in August to September. It gives us more time to have a better accurate feel for the budget, because we'll have a student count. We're going in blind in August, not knowing, and so this gives us the month to try to figure things out and see how best to place students once we get a student count. The student numbers really drive the budget. So September 2nd would be the next meeting. On September 16th, which is an added one, is budget review. October 7th, which is a regular meeting, is the budget hearing, and then the adoption on the 21st of October. The other dates, I believe, are the same, so there's nothing changed in those dates from November through June, 7 o'clock for the regular meetings.
I move we approve the miscellaneous items as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded to approve the miscellaneous items as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Field trips, FFA, Indiana State Fair Pork Tent on the 17th of August, and the 26th, they're headed to Decatur, Illinois for soils judging. And with that, I have nothing further. Next, then go ahead, Nate.
I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Go ahead.
I motion we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. Our next board meeting will be Tuesday, September the 2nd, 7 p.m. Thank you.